Right now on KGW News, amusement park scare. With a child stranded on a monorail track.
You see a child in danger, instantly, how can I help?
Tonight, hear from the stranger who saved him. Plus, city leaders targeted by graffiti scrawled on a homeless shelter set to open tomorrow.
I think we've warned the administration that this is a bad idea.
Then, transportation funding sails through the Oregon House, though not without surprises.
Yeah, it was disappointing to me, but also that's the nature of this work.
Hear from a lawmaker on each side who broke from party lines. And later,
how you can help the fastest 9-year-old in the West reach his next goal.
I pray to God to make me go way faster.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco. We begin tonight with questions about whether Oregon lawmakers can reach the finish line after a transportation funding plan officials say will prevent hundreds of layoffs and keep our roads repaired barely made it through the House. Alma McCarty's in the newsroom. Alma, this could not have been closer.
David, the House passed the bill with a 36-12 vote, with 2 lawmakers going against the grain, a Republican voting in favor and a Democrat against. We spoke with them today about why.
That I declare that the special session of the 83rd Legislative Assembly is adjourned sine die.
Before the transportation bill secured the 36 votes needed to pass the House of Representatives and head over to the Senate for consideration, 2 legislators broke ranks Labor Day when casting their vote this special session.
Spent countless hours figuring it out.
I was really honest up front that this is where my vote was going to land.
Representative Anessa Hartman, a Democrat over Gladstone and Oregon City, voted no, while Representative Cyrus Javity, a Republican covering Clatsop and Tillamook counties, voted yes. Neither lawmaker came to their decision lightly. Hartman says her Clackamas County constituents were fed up with ODOT.
It sort of came off as just the mismanagement of funds. Why is the answer always that we need to give more money rather than saying, okay, where are we spending that money and are we doing it efficiently?
In addition to more accountability, Hartman told KGW she hoped for more public input on this package, citing the financial burden on working families.
My real hope is, as I said on the floor, and my expectation is that we will continue to have robust conversations that are exponentially more transparent than they have been.
There are a lot of people in Oregon that don't like taxes, and I'm one of them, and I don't think anybody does, really.
Despite that, Javity says he voted for the bill, consisting of a gas tax increase plus an increase in fees because Oregon can't afford not to pass it.
And we're a big state and with a lot of miles to cover, and the option of not having any maintenance available to make sure the roads are plowed, rock slides are cleared, just wasn't really an option.
Interesting that you had lawmakers on both sides crossing over there. Alma, what's the timeline? What happens next year?
Well, the Senate reconvenes tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we've heard that senators plan to vote on the transportation bill on Wednesday. And if it passes, Republican Christine Drazen has promised she'll refer the tax increases to the ballot for a statewide vote. David, back to you.
We'll see what happens here. Thanks, Alma. Appreciate your reporting. On an update, thousands of customers in Northeast Portland are still in the dark after they lost power early this morning. Pacific Power says that is because of an equipment issue at a substation that's impacting folks mostly in the Concordia neighborhood. The lights are now back on for 14,000, give or take. But at this point, crews say it'll take until 3 a.m. to restore power to the 2,400 remaining. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, a cyclist has died after he crashed Sunday evening in Washington Park. Authorities say the man was riding a BMX-style bike downhill near the reservoir when he crashed trying to squeeze between 2 boulders. Police say the cyclist was with a group and was not wearing a helmet. In Northwest Portland, someone targeted the outside of Portland's newest homeless shelter with graffiti right before it's set to open tomorrow. Many of these messages at the building at 15th and Northrop are directed at Mayor Keith Wilson. They include notes like, quote, "Mayor plus Vanessa equals ruined lives," end quote. That appears to be a nod to the building's owner, Vanessa Sturgeon. The site is part of the mayor's plan to open 1,500 new overnight shelter beds by December. Neighbors have been calling on the city to find a different location and wonder what options those sleeping there will have during the day.
I think someone's trying to send a message to the mayor, right? I mean, I just, I don't think we've been heard. We've been, trying to send messages loud and clear to say this is not okay, this is not a solution, this is a waste of money.
The site will have 40 beds to start, with plans to scale up to 100 by the end of the month. And in the Cascades, the immigrant fire has grown to more than 21,000 acres. It's spreading about 20 miles southeast of Oak Ridge and is still 0% contained. Smoke from that fire has been causing air quality trouble on and off throughout the weekend in Deschutes and Klamath counties. Firefighters say they are preparing for changing conditions as warmer air moves in tomorrow. Well, let's give you a live look outside on this Labor Day, the 1st of September, a brand new month where hazy conditions held on for the holiday and what appears to be a warm-up now headed our way. Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino here. Matt, even though it is back to school, it is definitely still summer.
Oh, yeah. We got 3 solid weeks left, David. And, we've had some really pleasant temperatures over about the last 3-4 days, but it is going to warm up, as you mentioned, as we go into tomorrow and the middle part of the week. Right now in Portland, 69 degrees. It's mainly clear. Still hazy, though. You can't see it, of course, because it's dark, but we still have that wildfire haze overhead. The air quality, however, not suffering because the smoke is all elevated, so our air quality is fine. Central Oregon, Eastern Oregon, a lot of moderate air quality there. So, again, it's taken a bit of a hit, but not too bad, not into the unhealthy categories at all, which is great. Tomorrow will be another hazy sunshine kind of day, but it will be warmer. We'll be in the 80s by early afternoon and then make the low 90s tomorrow afternoon. Get up to about 91 to add to our 90-degree day total for the year. And in fact, in the Gorge, there's a heat advisory beginning at 11 o'clock tomorrow from roughly Multnomah Falls out to the east and up the Hood River Valley and then points east from there. And yes, we still have fire weather warnings out for the Central Cascades, Southern Cascades, Lake and Klamath County. That's for tomorrow beginning at 2 a.m. because of the chance of thunderstorms, lightning, gusty winds with those storms. But notice it does not include the Mount Hood area and doesn't quite get this far north. So it'll be warmer for the middle part of the week. Those scattered showers and thunderstorms still hazy. We'll let you know if any of those showers or storms may make it over the Cascades and into the valley. David?
Always a lot to keep an eye on. Thanks, Matt. Oh, and on this Labor Day, thousands showed up for a rally in the Rose City, one that was branded as the Workers Over Billionaires protest, with folks holding signs and voicing their opposition to the Trump administration's policies. They also chanted as they walked through downtown and over the Morrison Bridge, eventually ending at Waterfront Park.
I have a sign that says support working families, not billionaire crooks. And that says it all for me. I'm here to say I support unions, I support working people, I support families. I do not support this broliarchy that seems to be rising in our country.
And as protesters hit the streets around the country, the White House touted President Trump as the champion of the American worker, citing job creation and trade deals that support U.S. companies. Meanwhile, several community groups held a rally at Northeast Portland's Glen Haven Park to protest the Trump administration's immigration policies. The Oregon Rising Alliance organized the event and partnered with several community organizations calling for better schools, more affordable living, and immigrant rights. Here's the president of the Portland Association of Teachers.
Regardless of whether you have students in the public school system, if you're a part of a union, we know that we cannot win alone on these big issues. We have to come together. And so this rally is just another action we take as part of Oregon Rising as an alliance to say that we got each other's backs.
After the rally, people joined a bus caravan to the ICE detention facility in Tacoma to join a protest demanding that facility be shut down. In an update, the first day of school for thousands of students in Clark County has been pushed back yet again after classified workers and the Evergreen School District failed to reach a deal. Celine Stevens takes a look at where things stand.
This isn't about hurting kids. This is about trying to help kids in many different ways.
While Tuesday was supposed to mark the first day of school for kids a part of Evergreen Public Schools, that's no longer the case. Monday, the union that represents paraeducators, bus drivers, and other support staff attended a Labor Day rally in the park right beside the school's district office.
We're not getting the help we need. We're not getting the pay we deserve. We're not getting the safety precautions we need.
The district presenting their final offer to union members last week, which the union rejected.
Our insurance on average is going up over $65 a month this year, and the raises that they're offering us will barely cover that. And it's not about money, but it is about being able to continue to do the work.
There aren't enough paras to serve the special needs students that we have.
There was no movement happening this holiday weekend either, after the union demanded that the district employees on the negotiating team not get supplemental payments for bargaining outside of regular work hours. The district rejected that demand.
It was the union's position that if we're broke and you need us to take less, then you need to take less as well.
However, the district telling KGW supplemental payments are legal, but they were not paid this weekend. Classified employees on strike with the district saying they need better pay, staffing, and protection, but their passion for their job is what keeps them going.
Sometimes we get attacked by students. A lot of people don't know that we're kind of like the background of the school. They know the teachers, they know the administration. We're the ones that help keep the students calm, help keep the students working.
Celine Stevens reporting there. Negotiations are set to resume tomorrow, with the district promising to update parents daily starting tomorrow afternoon. Okay, a heads up for drivers starting tomorrow. Paid parking hours will be extended to 10 p.m. in downtown Portland, Old Town, and the Pearl District. Along with the extended pay to park hours comes a new 5 after 5 rule. Drivers will be able to park in one spot for up to 5 hours starting at 5 p.m. in the downtown, Central East Side, and Lloyd parking districts. The city says this allows performers and visitors to prepay for longer without having to move their cars.